It has been a hot minute since my last reaction video, but today we go back on the Warning deep dive, and we're going to be looking at something that is close to my heart, because not only was it the first time I had heard the Warning, but it links back to the very first reaction video I ever made. Sit back, relax, it's time to react.
It's showtime.
What is going on, YouTube universe? This is Zirra, and welcome to Zirra Reacts, the channel where we interpret, break down, and do whatever we have to do to videos on the internet. First and foremost, yes,
I am alive.
I apologise it has been so long between uploads. I have been in a place both mentally and physically that I have not wanted to be in, and if it wasn't for the fact that I pre-record and pre-upload my gaming channel stuff, I probably would have fallen behind over there as well. But the good news is, I'm back, I'm fighting fit, I'm ready to go with a newfound eagerness to bring more reactions to you guys at home. And what better way to get back into the swing of things than by reacting to The Warning, yet again. The Warning has quickly become one of my favourite bands, and I know everybody that tunes in absolutely loves these girls as much as I do. I could have gone back to some older things from them, because I've still got some older things that I haven't heard yet. They've been touring recently, so there's a lot more live videos of newer performances that I want to react to as well. But I thought there was the perfect way to centre myself, find my centre, and get back into the groove, and that is with The Warning's Enter Sandman. Now, this song will forever hold a special place in my heart for a number of reasons. I'm a huge Metallica fan, and it is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best, if not the best, Metallica covers I have ever heard in my life. Second thing is that this is the song that helped me discover The Warning. If it wasn't for this cover being created, I might not have uncovered all of the brilliance that is The Warning, and that really disheartens me, because as I've mentioned numerous times before, these girls have quickly become one of my favourite bands to listen to ever. And I can't imagine a life musically without these girls involved. That's how heavily ingrained I am with their music right now. And number 3, it is the first ever song I reacted to. Ever. I was only doing gaming related content at the time. I took a deep dive by doing a reaction video to this because it was a Metallica reaction, and it really opened up the door to many avenues, especially when it comes to interacting with you guys at home and discovering my love for wanting to create reaction videos and share them with you and interact with you and break things down and have discussions, and everything we do on this channel now wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for this song. And I felt what perfect way to get back on track, to get back into the root of all things, than listening to one of their latest live performances from CDMX of Enter Sandman. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back, relax, do whatever you need to do to get comfortable. I always say take your pants off, and I know some of you do, because we're about to take in, yet again, the brilliance of The Warning with Enter Sandman. I'm very intrigued to hear Dani sing this entire song instead of just the portions that was allocated to her in the original performance. I just love how much they vibe with the crowd. Oh, that bass.
Take
Good harmonies. As we've come to expect. Is Powell going to do the next verse? Okay, Danny. Oh, feel the angst. Pray the Lord, my soul to take. Are you getting ready for the scream into the finale? Into the legendary riff? Are you ready? Because it's coming. We gotta listen. We gotta. Yes! Oh me, oh my. I have opinions. I've got some things I want to talk about, and without further ado, we're just going to jump straight into it. We're just going to go straight into the breakdown. And if you guys at home are new around here and are unfamiliar with what the breakdown is, it's the portion of the video where we break down what we just watched. We interpret what we feel could be influences for the song. We try to make meaning of lyrics and, you know, visuals that might be given to us through music videos. Break down the lyrics, we break down the vocals, we break down the instrumental performance. It's just taking the video and picking it apart and doing what we need to do to it to give our own interpretation and meaning to what we've just brought on board. We also take the time to reflect on the previous reaction video, and I highlight some comments from you guys at home and have a discussion about that as well. It gives us a platform to have your opinions shared with the wider audience, and it furthers discussion as well. And I think it's my favourite part of these videos, reading the comments and seeing how in tune people are with their musical knowledge and, you know, getting around each other's opinions and not tearing people down, but bringing people up, and just being such a thriving community of people that we are building here. I sincerely can't thank you guys enough and love each and every one of you. Breaking down what we just watched, The Warning. I already alluded to how much this song means to myself, but this particular performance had some things about it that I don't think we have seen before unless we have seen them perform this song live, and it's the first time I've seen this song performed live. The only instances of this song I've heard was the original music video that introduced me to the girls, and then the behind the scenes video that they did involving that song as well. So taking in a live performance of this track for the first time from these girls was sensational, as you would come to expect from these girls. They just throw the ball up and straight out of the fucking ballpark with another home run. There were a couple of instances where I was expecting one thing and then they kind of swerved into something else, like when it come to that really angelic kind of verse right at the end, you know, the "Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep" portion of the song. In the original music clip, we know Pow is the one who sung that with very haunting vocals. Like, that really struck a chord with me the first time I listened to that song. But hearing Danny do it and delivering it with such angst, it really changed the tone of the performance, and in a good way. As someone who is as big as a Pow fanboy as I am, I thought that maybe I wouldn't like Danny taking over and I would miss the fact that Pow didn't do it, and I'm not. And I'm actually blown away with how Danny delivered it, and that's come to no surprise because Danny's vocals are otherworldly. She is an absolute queen at what she does. They all are. But just having such a polar opposite deliverance from what we heard once before, with a softer, more, you know, the haunting kind of really gentle tones of Pow in the original, to now this real gritty, angsty performance from Danny. I really vibed with it a lot, and it gave a much darker tone to the performance overall, which really paired with like the real ballsiness of Ale's bass lines coming through. I loved this performance so much, I really did. As I said, this cover of Enter Sandman that they have done has quickly become my favourite Metallica cover of all time. It is easily one of my favourite Warning songs to listen to, even though they weren't the ones that featured on it, and I still argue they should have probably done this song alone. I don't think they needed Alessia on the track. I know Alessia was the one that Metallica reached out to and blah 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 blah, but I think the Warning on their own would have done this song justice. We might have actually seen the ballsier side of this song delivered from Danny had she had the chance. Lyrically, we don't have to break anything down because we know Enter Sandman. It is such a classic song. You know, we've all heard it from Metallica at one point or another, whether it's been intentional or not. And now that the Warning have taken such a classic song, something that they hold dear to themselves too, because we've seen videos, and I haven't reacted to it yet, but it will come eventually, of when they were very, very young, performing Enter Sandman in their recording studio. You know, just knowing that they have regarded Metallica so highly in their lives and looked to Metallica as inspiration for their music, and being these, you know, this band of young women now, of sisters that are now finally getting mainstream attention like they deserve, and probably from this track. I feel if they didn't feature on the Enter Sandman track, we might not actually have them getting pushed to the mainstream like we are now, which again is just really hard to believe because they've got such an incredible bank of music and such a wealth of musical knowledge that it is hard to think that had this song not existed, they might not have extended their reach to the wider mainstream audience like they have. And I'm glad they did it, and I know they would have never knocked it back knowing how much they love Metallica. I've just spoken about it. But I think what makes this song so brilliant overall is we've seen, you know, covers done before where it's just another band re-performing a song that has been heard before, and it's the same riffs and it's the same tones with the vocals that we're hearing. Very little is there a time where a cover kind of reinvents itself completely like it has with the Warnings Enter Sandman. We've got, you know, nuances of the original throughout, and then obviously the climax as it comes to that legendary riff. But everything up until that point in time is their own. It's their own tones, it's their own vibes, it's their own instrumentals. They have taken something so classic and reinvented it to the point where, had we not have heard Enter Sandman before, it could be its own thing, have its own identity. It doesn't feel like a Metallica song until that riff is played, whereas so many covers in history, as soon as you listen to it, you automatically think of that band or that artist that originally did the song. And I feel it is not the case with this particular performance of Enter Sandman, because these girls have a way of just taking music and running with it in different directions that make it their own, and I fucking love every minute of it, and I seriously cannot understate how much I love these girls. I mean, I fucking love these girls. Now, as I said earlier with the breakdown, we also turn attention to the previous reaction video and highlight some comments, and unfortunately, as much as I loved the last reaction video, and a lot of you guys at home did, there was only 2 comments that came through, which is okay. I don't expect every video to, be groundbreaking and, shatter the metrics and have hundreds of thousands of comments. I'm not about that. I'm not about the numbers. I'm about my passion for music, my passion for entertaining, and, just creating this community that we are creating. If I get 1 comment or 100 comments, I'm going to appreciate them just as much, and I want you guys to know that. Turning attention to the 2 comments we got though, on the reaction video for Techno Train by Electric Callboy. If you haven't heard Electric Callboy before, go and check out the Techno album. It has pretty much every song on it that you need to get a broad scope of how brilliant these guys are. The first comment came from Ragin' Cajun, who has been around since the reactions on my gaming channel. And they came through with, Zirra, I've been a fan of your work since watching your previous channel. I really love your inclusion of comments from your previous reaction. It keeps me watching your vids until the end. Then I find myself wanting more. Great format in this new channel. You are unique, honest, and a likable host. I love the new format and the new Zirra. Keep it up, bro. Thank you. I don't want to get all mushy and emotional, but when I receive comments like this, it makes everything I do feel worth it. It is the gratification of hearing somebody tell you that they love what you're doing, and that, I've had some of you come through in comments before saying similar things, I love your videos, you're a great content creator, you are very unique, I love your personality. It's so good. It is like a weight of the world is lifted off your shoulders when you hear something like that, and I just, unfortunately, throughout my life, and I'm not trying to make this a sob story, but it's a topic that always comes around in my mind, but getting comments like this now as an adult, when growing up I didn't get this sense of gratification and appreciation, it just feels so good. I really, Ragin' Cajun, first and foremost, you are a fucking legend, thank you, and to anyone else who has ever left a comment like this, and to those who ever leave a comment like this moving forward, just know how much it really gets through to me, because it really does. The second and last comment comes in from IJP Star, and he says, I must say, I will definitely look forward to the non-music stuff you react to with bated eyes and ears. Which is ironic, because he was the one who recommended what we're going to be reacting to in the next video, and I've said a few times already, I want to stray away from solely doing music reactions and do other things. The first reaction video we did on this channel was to the Silent Hill kind of experience that they had on the internet when they released all the upcoming Silent Hill video games and showing the state of the franchise. Kind of like a state of play for Silent Hill, if you will. And I'd really like to do stuff like that with video games, with films, with TV. doing some things like try not to laugh challenges and that kind of stuff, and then turning to reaction videos, I'd also want to react to real life things. And IJP Star is a close friend of mine, and he turned around and said to me one day, Zirra, why don't you do something like NASCAR or F1 crashes, wrecks, you know, demolitions, that type of stuff. And he recommended that to myself, not only because his gaming channel is associated with F1 racing and NASCAR and all that kind of stuff, but he knows that I've only just recently gotten into F1 and I don't typically watch NASCAR because as an Australian we don't really have that available to us outside of maybe checking out ESPN, and even then they really don't have that kind of stuff available to us that often unless we go hunting for it. So the next video we do is going to be reacting to a compilation of the biggest wrecks, you know, whether it be of the 2022 season, whether it be of all time. It's something that was recommended to myself, and I'm open to doing it. I've said to you guys in many videos that, you know, I take all of your recommendations on board. I've got a growing list of bands to check out because of you guys. I've got a Discord server that you can find the link for in the description of this video. Jump on board. Some of you have. Seth, one of the people that comments on these videos a lot, has gotten on board the Discord recently and has been nothing but helpful with recommending, you know, bands and songs and different things that we can do on this channel. And I love that, you know, you guys get invested like this in my content. So please, if there is anything you would like to see moving forward, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget as well, leave your thoughts on today's video in the comments down below, so the next time we do a reaction video music-wise, we can chuck it into the breakdown. And I know you guys are going to have a lot of things to talk about, because it's the warning, and whenever we do the warning here, the warning army rocks up in droves, and we have a good fucking time. That is it for this video though. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, do myself a favour, hit that like button down below. Be sure to subscribe if you were new to stick around for all the content. I promise you, you're not going to have to wait a month until the next video. In fact, the NASCAR one should be dropping in a couple of days, fingers crossed, and then I'm looking to at least do one video a week moving forward. I promise. I've said it before, but I promise. But that's it from me, guys. I'm out of here, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.